Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed.
Did you ever wonder if your birth date holds information about your destiny? Why you keep seeing the same number or several numbers? Welcome to Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. I am your host, King Simon. Numbers are not here to control you, they're here to give you guidance. It's time for you to be able to read the numbers.
Greetings. Enter to win 500 grams of silver grains. The 100 subscriber to banksilver.org will win 500 grams of silver 0.999 grams.
Hi, I'm Lloyd Strayhorn, inviting you to heal with the numbers and cards in person at the Circle of Cosmic Consciousness Retreat in New Orleans. Go to stshealing.com to learn from the Masters, Aquarius Maximus, King Simon, Nina Diamond, Jazz Aphrodite, and myself. Don't forget, New Orleans, August 17th through the 20th at the Cosmic Consciousness Retreat. Register now at stshealing.com. That's stshealing.com. See you there.
Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I want to talk to you about an amazing event. It's the Forbidden Conscious Awards going down in Miami, July 30th, 2023. Go to forbiddenknowledge.com where you can pay for tickets. We're giving away 12 amazing awards. We're also going to give away an Audi A4 live at the event with big celebrity guests like Havoc from Mobb Deep, myself, Forbidden Knowledge. Also, we'll have Dame Dash, performances by Donnie Arcade and Cruz. I want to see you there, July 30th, the Forbidden Conscious Awards.
Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numero Beta. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linktree/King Simon, the Numero Beta. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now. If I follow my heart, I'm going to love you, love you, love you. And if I follow my tears, I'm going to leave you, leave you, leave you. But if I follow my eyes, when it's crying time, I'll be crying. Oh, baby. But if I follow what mom says, girl, we'll be true. We will be true. If I follow my heart, I'm going to love you, love you, love you. And if I follow my tears, I'm going to leave you, leave you, leave you. But if I follow my eyes, when it's crying time, I'll be crying. Oh, baby. But if I follow what mom says, girl, we'll be true. We will be true. We will be true. Yeah. The great Dennis Brown, man, never seems to amaze me. You know, all this time I have the lyrics to the song by Dennis Brown, If I Follow My Heart. And, you know, we sing it the way we want to sing it sometimes, you know. I remember singing this at a funeral for one of my aunts. No, I sang it at a funeral at one of my ex-girlfriend's funeral. I sang this song at my ex-girlfriend's funeral, former girlfriend. She transitioned, I think, due to breast cancer. And she loved Dennis Brown. May she rest in peace. Lioness. She loved Dennis Brown. And I sang this song at the funeral. Nobody asked me to. I just went up there and sung the song, and tears in my eyes, because she was such a beautiful soul and a beautiful spirit. She was a Leo, born August the 2nd. Yes, very good friend. She was a good friend. Matter of fact, she's in my documentary. No promotion is bad promotion. She's in my documentary. We're talking about music because she was in the music business, and she was also a DJ, spin vinyl only. And as a matter of fact, she bought about 400 to 500 of my vinyl a year or two before she transitioned. We didn't know she was going to go down that road. I didn't know. But I hope her parents, I hope her children and her ex-husband or former husband maintain the music that she loved. And Dennis Brown was her favorite artist. Anyone who knew Lioness Edwards, Dennis Brown was her favorite artist of all time. Dennis Brown. So I sang that song, If I Follow My Heart. And I didn't know that at the end of it, he said, but if I follow my mom, if I follow what mom says, girl, we'll be true. Very interesting. At all this time, I never really looked at the lyrics of Dennis Brown, but it's clear that if you look at the lyrics, you can see it. There it is. If I follow my heart, I'm going to love you. And if I follow my tears, I'm going to leave you. But if I follow my eyes when it's crying time, I'll be crying too. But if I follow what mom says, girl, we'll be true. Wow. I did not know that Dennis Brown sang it like that all this time. If I follow what mom says, we'll be true, because mother represents the heart. Father represents the thought and the logic. Let me say that again. Mother represents the heart. Father represents the thought and logic. So mother represents the heart and the intuition, the inner spirit. And father represents thought, logic. So the title of this is Follow Your Heart and Mold It with Your Thoughts. Follow your heart and mold it with your thoughts, because when heart and thought becomes one, in numerology, which is in it, when heart and thoughts become one, when you add it all across, it adds up to 10 in the Pythagorean system, and it adds up to 10 in the Chaldean system. I already broke down the numbers. When you add heart and thoughts together, it adds up to 10 in the Pythagorean system, which is a 1. And then, matter of fact, it adds up to 37 in both systems. It adds up to 37 in both systems. Heart and thoughts, when you put them together and you do the numerology, compare the letters in both systems and attach each number to each letter, each letter, it adds up to 37 in one system, which is a 10, and then 37 in another system consistently. So what I found very interesting is that the 3 and the 7 represents, the 37 represents expression. The 3 in the 37 represents expressing. So in order for you and I to express yourself in the purest form, your heart and your thoughts must be molded. Let me say that again. You have to mold your heart and your thoughts in order for the truest expression to come, because that is the balance. So if in numerology, the numbers in the numerovational system of it, if in Pythagorean system, which is the youngest of the system, it adds up to 37, which is a 10, which is a 1. Right there, I see 3 different levels of what I can learn from heart and thoughts. And in the Chaldean system, the older mystical system of the two, I see 37 again. The 3 represents the expression, the expansion, and the jovialness that you have to have for the heart and thoughts to work together. Then the 7 deals with the meticulous, spiritual, deeper insight that you have to have. 3, 7. And then when it adds up to the 10 in tarot, and those who study tarot, is the wheel of fortune energy, that whatever you put your mind to, whatever you want to accomplish, whether good or bad, if your heart and your thoughts are molded, whether good or bad, because this is duality, it can be done. Wheel of fortune. And wheel of fortune is not predicated on if you're being a righteous person or unrighteous, because an unrighteous person could be successful at doing unrighteous things. And so as a righteous person can be successful at doing righteous things. Duality. Very important to understand that. So follow your heart. That's why Les Brown used to say, when there's an argument between the heart and your mind, go with your heart. Les Brown used to say that in class years ago. Les Brown used to say that in class. When there's an argument between your heart and your mind, or your heart and your thoughts, go with your heart, because your heart represents the feminine essence. And then once you go with your heart, then the thought will follow, because what happened, the thought will come and say, because like Mother Myra, Sister Myra said on Brother Rich Star, when the thoughts are exhausted, wherever the thought ends, that's where the spirit takes you. That's where the spirit will lead. So whenever the logical mind of the male or the masculine energy ends and stop, which is really never ending, but it's wherever it cannot understand or cannot compute logically, then they have to go with spirit, because the spirit sees beyond the logic on why it must be done or why it must be accomplished. So follow your heart and mold it with your thoughts. And once you learn to mold your heart and your thoughts, that's when it will become a successful thing that you want to accomplish. How y'all feeling out there? Just wanted to touch on that because I woke up today. Today's date adds up to a number 22 when you add 7
plus 1 plus 7 plus 2023, which adds up to a 7. It adds up to 22. So today, universally, is a heart day because it's an intuitive heart day because the number 22 is an intuitive master builder. And it equals the 4, which is also connected to the heart in a mental way. But remember, the heart has 4 vowels. And the 4 valves are the entry and the exit of the heart to help pump the heart and pump the blood from the right and left and the aorta and all that kind of stuff, the preliminary valves and all that. So it has 4 valves for the entry and the release from the heart. Today is a master number 22 day. Today is a master number 22 day universally. That's what I mean by master number, when you add it all together. So this is very good to go spiritually and intuitively into your deeper sense and open your heart. I like what Billy Carson said, who is also a number 4 connected to that 4 and master number 22 energy. Billy Carson said recently on the gratitude, when he taught on gratitude, Billy Carson said, inhale with your inhale, and I think he said inhale with your heart and exhale through your mind, but it's a way he said it. I'm trying to remember what he said, but he definitely added the heart. And that's why it's important to be grateful for every moment. If you're trying to reach out to somebody, don't be, it's just like if your heart and your mind is molded to reach out to somebody, no matter what you went through, especially if you knew that that person was a significant person or a significant guide in your life, then reach out to them. Be honest with your heart, because your heart wants you to reach out, but your thought and your ego, the negative part of your ego, is like, nah, I ain't reaching out. And sometimes you gotta let your heart and your thoughts, but it's the heart that you're following, then the thoughts will be happy that it did, because there's been a resolve. Sometimes just apologize. Apologizing is a part of the heart and thoughts coming together, because in your mind you might say, nah, I don't have to apologize to that nooka, or I don't have to apologize to that biatch. You don't want but in actuality your heart really wants to do it, but that negative part of your ego that's stopping you from doing it, preventing you from linking up with the person that meant something to you in some form of fashion. That and it's good to understand why we need the heart and the thoughts, or the heart and the mind, to come together. And wherever the heart and mind come together, that's where your behind will follow. And whether it's accepted by the person or not, whether the relationship is the same again or not, at least you made your effort. Even in apologizing, some people have a problem apologizing. I notice through my life, I'm willing to apologize faster than even women that I've dealt with. I'm willing to apologize, even though their perspective might be right or wrong, or my perspective might be right or wrong. It's easier for me to apologize. And I notice that with a lot of men. Some men are easier to apologize, or because I know myself a little bit more, that even if they don't forgive me, I know my heart. I know my spirit. My mother used to say, and she said it live on air when she was asked about me as a child, what type of child I was. She said, I was a loving and giving child, that I would give the shirt off my back, or give information, or give my toys away, and all kinds of stuff. Those were my formative years. No matter if I was abandoned or abused or whatever in certain areas, my formative years still said that I was still a person that gave to people and wanted to share with people. So if you feel that there's somebody you do need to resolve with, DM them or text them or call them. If they don't answer, text them. It's very important because your heart is saying that. Because sometimes in this cycle of the 7-year cycle going in towards the 8-year cycle, and remember, we're in the Jason months of sacrificing. Sometimes we got to sacrifice the negative part of our ego. So sacrifice in the Jason months, the July, August, September, October, November, the Jason months is the months of sacrifice. So if it's to sacrifice, sometimes we got to sacrifice the negative or the lower aspect of your ego that keeps you not wanting to do this or reaching out to a person or saying hi to your mother or calling your dad or whatever. So I make sure I call my mom at least once a week, maybe twice a week. I make sure I call my father because he has a whole family. So I make sure I call my father probably even every week and a half or 2 weeks because he has a whole family and I understand. My mother's by herself. So I know I got to keep talking and keeping her mind at ease because her son has left New York. You know what I'm saying? And it's important. So follow your heart. And even and a lot of us has developed narcissistic ways that we narcissistic. That is not. It don't mean that you're a narcissist. Both man and woman can have narcissistic ways where things is all about them. And I don't give a fuck what my dad did. My dad did this, and my mama did this, and my blah 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 blah. But you don't. If you're not willing to open up and walk and learn and walk what happened to them in their shoes before you were even born, then you really are not trying to heal. And you're not healing from the heart. You can let go. You can not communicate. But if you're not really doing that, right now, me and my sister hardly talk. We talk, but one of my sisters, we hardly talk to each other. But I love her. And I care, but I know that there's things that she's going through that I might not be able to resonate with. And there's things that I'm doing as a new motivator that she don't understand because she's in full Christian mode and whatever she's doing and whatever she's holding on from her past. You know what I'm saying? I had all the children. She didn't have a children. And I noticed that about certain women that go down the Christian route nowadays, when back in the days, Christianity heavily promoted relationship. You couldn't even be in a church for too long. You couldn't be in the Nation of Islam. I remember being in the Nation. You can't even be in the Nation of Islam for too long without at least getting married. Nowadays, they kind of lax because most of these sisters are waiting for Jesus or somebody's waiting for somebody like Muhammad, as if there wasn't a developing cycle or a development of a Jesus or a Muhammad. So you got to learn about the heart frequency and the thought frequency and how those two can come together and become a success frequency. Because like I said earlier, when I did the mathematics to the word heart and the word thoughts, when I did the mathematics to the word heart and the word thoughts, heart and thoughts added up to the number 37, which deals with expression and spirituality and spiritual guidance, but it adds up to 10, which is the wheel of fortune energy. And then it adds up to the 1, which is the leading force. But you got, yes, Zakia, people are waiting for Jesus in the Christian church. Jesus got a whole lot of women. Jesus is a whole spiritual polygamist. They're waiting for Muhammad. Muhammad is a whole spiritual polygamy. He already practiced polygamy now. They're waiting for Moses. Moses practiced polygamy. Whole spiritual in the Hebrew community, they waiting for Moses. In the Jewish community, they waiting for Moses. Women are waiting to get married to something that it takes time for that man to become the Moses or the Jesus or the Muhammad figure. And they're not going to be that in that illusion that they put out there. They can strive to be it, but they're not going to be exactly what you want. But
they are in a society like this, you have to let them grow into who they are and show that side of their Jesus and Muhammad and Moses figure, because Moses is multidimensional. Jesus is multidimensional. Muhammad is multidimensional. So women in the churches and the mosques and the Hebrew temples waiting for Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad, y'all gonna be waiting for a goddamn long time. I remember they put up a post. They put up a post of a woman waiting for her man because she wait for a person, a man to be like Jesus. This woman was a skeleton in the window waiting. They had a meme that had her waiting for Jesus or waiting for a Jesus figure to marry her or some form of that. That lady was a skeleton. You gonna wait till you die? You gonna wait till you turn a skeleton? That's so hilarious to me. So when I seen that post, that meme, I laughed so hard because sometimes we're so caught up in the Cinderella mentality. Most of our sisters and brothers was raised on this Cinderella or this cartoon mentality. That's a problem because remember, if you're raised with those cartoons in your formative years, that's what holds true in your thoughts until you break that thought that your life ain't Cinderella. You ain't kissing no frogs and turning them into a prince. You ain't gonna lose your glass feet, your glass shoe, and then some prince is gonna roll. No, it's not that easy. Fairy tales, superstition, writings on the wall. There is superstition. Fairy tales, that's all. If you believe in things you don't understand. Let me tell you, man. Yeah, Anita Baker sang fairy tales. Yeah, but I remember before Biggie sang Party and Bullshit, so was Grace Jones sang it years ago also. Party and Bullshit. She sang a song like that too. So it's funny. So, again, family, because of the 22 energy that we're on. And why I say that is because when you add July plus the 7 plus the 1 plus the 7 plus 2023, which is a 7, equals 22. So I'm not per se talking about the 17th. Somebody put it's the 17th. I know it's the 17th. I'm talking about the day, the universal day of it all adding up is a number master number 22. People don't understand. And if you don't understand, if you're coming late to the party, then you came late to the party. You came late to the party. But I tell you, this 22 universal day, 17 is not the universal day. This 22 is when you add the month, day, and year. The universal day adds up to set 22, the master number 22. And that's the beauty of understanding the numbers. Somebody just try to call me. That's the beauty of understanding numbers. So again, follow your heart and mold it with your thoughts, because your heart is the intuitive part, the feminine part, and your thoughts is the masculine, the initiator of what your heart is saying. So once you intuitively down or upload what it is that you want to accomplish, then your thoughts will say, all right, let's make this happen. Let's go ahead and do it. And then when your heart and your mind come together, your behind starts to follow and work it out. That's a beautiful thing from my perspective, from my mathematical perspective, my numerational perspective, because it adds up. The heart and thoughts add up to 37.
which is a 10, which is a 1. The Wheel of Fortune energy is powerful right there where it belongs. It's a powerful thing. It's a Wheel of Fortune when the heart and thoughts come together. So I love when my heart and thoughts come together and become one. And does it work? Does its work? Because when even waking up, took me a spiritual bath this morning, and I was listening to Dr. Dre and Kevin Hart speaking about Kendrick Lamar being a forever artist. I want to be a forever numerator, motivating people with their numbers. That's what numeration means. Motivating people with their numbers, using the numbers to give you guidance, to take you to where you got to go, if you're willing to put in that work. If you're not willing to put in the work, then hey, I got it. You know, it's all right to do multiple sessions and multiple spiritual readings with people, but at the end of the day, what are you doing? If you haven't gotten it for yourself, to the point if your so-called spiritual leader or spiritual reader or somebody just pass on, where you're going to go to another one, or you're going to learn how to do it and apply it for yourself. Bring those heart and that thoughts, because anything that your advisor is advising you to do, and it's nothing wrong to having different advice to take you to the next level, but when are you going to initiate it and do it for yourself? And then if you run into a bump into the road, then you call the professional. That's what I tell my clients when clients tell me, yo, how many times should I do? Should I do this every month? And should I do this every 6 weeks? And should I do this every year? I'm like, nah, if you apply what is said and you learn how to do it and add or subtract or multiply the numbers yourself, you can do it yourself. Then you can look it up in Google, because Google is your friend if you know how to apply it. Or you want to look it up in my book or Lloyd's book, or you just start doing it yourself. Because I have authors that has transitioned for at least 100 years. I have books from authors that's been transitioned and passed on for at least 100 years. I get what I need, I keep it moving. I get what I need, I keep it moving. If I do feel that I need that person or that author's or that insight from that person, then my mind or my spirit will tell me, my spirit will say, hey, go to that. So my heart is already saying, go there. And my thoughts are saying, all right, I'm going to make whatever is said in that book happen. And then I will start studying the patterns around me in the environment. And I study family, I study celebrity. I study different things about the numbers so I can get a full picture. So when you're learning something like the study of numbers, which we call numerology today, which is basically the study of all different types of levels of numbers. Once you study those things, I keep it real simple. It's nothing hard. This is what I'm saying to you is not hard. You make it hard if you're not willing to allow your heart and your thoughts to become one. When it comes to these numbers, I don't have a book unless I don't have a book outside on me right now unless I want to make impact and make the statement that I say impactful from somebody else's perspective to show that it works. And it's been working for thousands and thousands of years. Because now the numbers have become a part of my heart and have become a part of my thoughts, to the point that even when I'm in my dream state or in my astral travel, I'm looking at the mathematics of things as I'm looking at the what's going on in the dream also, to make sure that everything is alignment. Because when it comes to numbers, the numerology confirms. So when your heart molds with your thoughts, like Sister Myra said on Brother Rich, I believe, hey, what's up, Black Magic? I see him. What's up, brother? When your mind molds with your heart molds with your thoughts, that's the feminine and the masculine coming together to make something happen. So when I read the numbers,
it came up to 37 of the heart and thought frequency. And 37 is the creative spiritual aspect that leads to the wheel of fortune, because 3 and 7 is that creative spiritual frequency that leads to the wheel of fortune. It leads to it. It leads to the wheel of fortune. It leads to accomplishing what you want, but you have to make sure that the heart and the thoughts are working in unison. That heartbeat is going. Dum, 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 dum. I mean, sometimes I can go in a meditation, thank you to Dr. Blair, and I can hear my heartbeat pounding in my head like, yo, because that meditation, that heartbeat meditation by Dr. Blair was, yo, back in the day when Dr. Blair was dropping it, y'all don't even understand. So on that note, family, I want y'all to remember that universally today is a master number 22 day. And in a master number 22 day, not only is the intuitive architectural mindset has to be informed. What I mean that today is a master number 22 day, 7 plus 1 plus 7 plus 20, 23, or plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 equals 22. Master number, master builder, master architect. But it's about we building internally the masterful attitude so we can take it to the physical altitude. Building the internal attitude so we can take it to the physical external altitude. All right, family, on that note, remember this coming Tuesday, I have High Heels talking about the back to school extravaganza. We're taking donations, but we're giving away also bags and school supplies for not just children that go to school, but for children, homeschooling children, because sometimes homeschool children go to different places to get homeschooled and by other people, but we're also doing that. And that's on Tuesday at 8 p.m. And then on the 19th, we have Rain Truth from the Cultured Vegan, one of my favorite, Rain Truth, one of my cultural vegan favorites. She's a Virgo. So, and then I hope y'all enjoyed Boyce Watkins and Alicia Watkins last night. We had a good time on relationship. And then, of course, we're heading down to the Forbidden Knowledge Awards. Myself, Brother Rich, a whole bunch of us. I talked to Dr. B. Serious the other day. You know, we heading down to the Forbidden Knowledge Awards. So I probably won't be doing nothing that week of, but in August, bang, I got on the 2nd, I got the whole team. I got Lloyd Strayhorn, August 2nd. I have Lloyd Strayhorn, Aquarius Maximus, Jackie Levine, Nina Diamond, and myself. We're going to be speaking about the New Orleans trip that we're doing, the New Orleans retreat that we're doing. And then on, I got more to come. Look out. But on August 27th, I got Dr. Karima King coming in. She's not only a iridologist, but she's also a Ayurvedic herbal master and a Reiki master. So we got more people. And I'm working on, sometimes it's so hard to get her. But I'm working on Dr. Joyce DeGruy. Just to come on. I'm working on Dr. Joyce DeGruy just to come on my live. I don't want to do it on YouTube. I want to do it on a live. And I want to do Phil Valentine on live IG. I don't want him to do it on YouTube. I want to do live with Dr. Phil Valentine because he does have an IG page now. I got Bam. I'm working on Bam coming in. Of course, Bam, Amen, and a few other people. So I just, you need to rewind that, man. Add it up. Add the month, the day, and the year up. Add it across. 7 plus 1 plus 7 plus 7. Add it up. Y'all coming in late and then throwing questions you didn't even add it up. You didn't even add it up yourself. That's what I mean. People have a tendency to want what they want or just want somebody to give it to them. I already said, I broke it down a few times to say, 7 plus 1 plus 7 plus 7. That's the problem. We got to, your mind got to think faster than that. I don't have to keep on explaining it to people. And that's what I really want, because if this is a microwave society, y'all want things quick, then damn it, do it quick. That's what I learned to do. Do it quick. I learned to do it, and I'm 56, which equals 11 years of age. So I'm 11. As far as people's concerned, I'm 11. At 56 years of age, I just add the two numbers up and keep that 11 youthful frequency. Add your numbers up and go back to that moment. So let's say you're 40. 4 plus 0 equals 4. Go back to your 4-year birthday. Think like a 4-year-old, because if you think like a child and work like an adult, guess what? That's where your imagination will start to tap in. Your imagination, go back. So if you're 37 years old, 3 plus 7 equals 10. Go back to your 10th year. What did you go through in your 10th year? How imaginative were you when you were 10 years old? I'm 56, 11. That's 11 years old. I was doing I think I was damn near flying in my dreams in my 11th year. I was flying in my dreams. So I go back to my childhood at the 11th hour of my cycle on this earth, and it helps me to think back that way. And if I don't remember, then I go to my mother or my father or my cousins around me and ask them what type of person. My cousin will tell you, yo, you was energetic to the point we had to run you around the coffee table to make you go to sleep, because we had to tire you out. So I miss that energy. That means there was a waste of energy, when now that I understand why Les Brown said, think like a child and work like an adult. So what I do is manipulate the numbers to take me back to my childhood. So I'll go climb those trees like I used to love climbing. I will jump off the trees and do a rollout. People see me on swings. If you ever been in a park with me, I will go on the swings and swing as high as I can and jump off the swing like I'm Spider-Man. And then in those reactions and in those application of my youthfulness, ideals start to pour into my thoughts. That I want to produce this, I want to write this, I want to get this, I want to do that. Go back to your youth. Go play like my grandchild. She's like 2 years old yesterday, and she wanted to box, so she brought out the boxing gloves, and she gave me one hand, and she took one hand, and she started punching, and I'm ducking and playing, but I'm getting down to her size, becoming what she wants. What would a boxer her size? How she was moving, and she was moving, and she was hitting me, and she was swinging and hitting me, and I just hit her, tapped her, and make her feel it, and she was like. She loved that, playing with the ball. She brought it back to me. She brought the boxing gloves to me because she born Capricorn. She born January the 7th. And some of the best boxers, let me say that again, some of the best boxers are Capricorn. Roy Jones Jr., George Foreman, Muhammad Ali. Some of the best boxers are Capricorn. So when she brought out the gloves at 2 years old, I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. This was yesterday with my grandchild. I'm like, this is what we're doing. I said, okay, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Layla Ali is a Capricorn. I believe she's born December the 8th. No, December the 28th. Layla Ali, she's a Capricorn also. What's so interesting, Carissa, she's not a Capricorn, she's a Pisces, but she's born the 17th of March, and 1 and 7 is an 8, and 8 is a Capricorn energy. Very interesting to me when I see those things, when I start seeing those. It's a Capricorn energy. So that Capricorn energy is right around Carissa, although she's a Piscean. She's born the same day as Abundance Child. Abundance Child is an excellent fighter herself. Don't mess with Abundance Child if you ain't gonna get squared off and knock the F out. That's Abundance Child, straight up. Big up to Abundance Child. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time we tussled and we were playing fighting, and then she moved and I felt the hit. I was like, oh yeah, but I blocked it at the same time, but I felt it. I said, okay. Now you in martial arts, you have to learn to move with energy. and redirect the energy. So because she has a lot of body with her. So you got to be able to manipulate people that have a lot of body. Especially I'm a buck 50, yo, 5'6", buck 50. So I ain't trying to tussle with big people. Not trying to tussle with people bigger than me. I'm trying to manipulate and move. So, yo, family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. You be safe, be strong, be focused. Remember, follow your heart and mold it with your thoughts. That's when the feminine and the masculine really works together. Because when the feminine and the masculine works together, there's nothing you can't accomplish when the masculine and the feminine work together. Not in a disrespectful manner, in a balanced manner. All right? All right. So your brother is going to put the phone down and get right there. Do my thing. What's up? Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Peace.
Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teachers, scholarship, education, and research. For fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
Let's go.
Did you ever wonder if your birth date holds information about your destiny? Why you keep seeing the same number or several numbers?
Welcome to Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated. I am your host, King Simon. Numbers are not here to control you, they're here to give you guidance. It's time for you to be able to read the numbers.
Greetings. Enter to win 500 grams of silver grains. The 100 subscriber to banksilver.org will win 500 grams of silver 0.999 grams.
Hi, I'm Lloyd Strayhorn, inviting you to heal with the numbers and cards in person at the Circle of Cosmic Consciousness Retreat in New Orleans. Go to stshealing.com to learn from the Masters, Aquarius Maximus, King Simon, Nina Diamond, Jazz Aphrodite, and myself. Don't forget, New Orleans, August 17th through the 20th at the Cosmic Consciousness Retreat. Register now at stshealing.com. That's stshealing.com. See you there.
Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. I want to talk to you about an amazing event. It's the Forbidden Conscious Awards going down in Miami, July 30th, 2023. Go to forbiddenknowledge.com where you can pay for tickets. We're giving away 12 amazing awards. We're also going to give away an Audi A4 live at the event with big celebrity guests like Havoc from Mobb Deep, myself, Forbidden Knowledge. Also, we'll have Dame Dash, performances by Donnie Arcade, and Cruz. I want to see you there, July 30th, the Forbidden Conscious Awards.
It's the numerational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. And get my books on Amazon now. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Important to release past trauma, especially if it runs in your family. I had the opportunity the other day just to talk to my father, and he was telling me about past trauma between him and my mother, and tears welded up in my eyes, and come to realize that, these people have gone through their own stuff. Do not claim their own stuff. What they went through is not what I'm going through. But be willing to cleanse and remove and let go of not just your traumas that you feel you've gotten from your mother and father, but generational trauma that has been passed down from generation to generation. Let go and let God. And when things go wrong, don't go with it.